my name is Natasha B. Russell, aka NBR, and I'm your host of the NBR Show. And why do I do the show? It's really to fulfill my purpose, to inspire, to motivate, to empower you, women, men, people all over the world, including myself, to believe in ourselves, to accomplish our goals and those big, audacious dreams, you know? And if you know anything about me, I'm big on vision, goal setting, strategy. In everything we do, we need a strategy to achieve the desired outcome, the desired result. So a bit about what I do and who I am. I'm a full-time entrepreneur. I'm the founder and CEO of NBR Strategic Solutions. And what do? We offer coaching, speaking, and consulting services to help you achieve your goals and your dreams. So in a nutshell, I transform lives and businesses from the inside out. And so on the consulting end, I have a team, and I work mainly on strategy again, and they help you to bring that strategy to fruition. So if you have a business, want to start a business, that's where we would bring you into the consulting side of it, to get your brand in the public eye. Now, secondly, I do coaching, one-on-one coaching. All right. I am an international certified health and life coach. So I work with a lot of business owners, aspiring entrepreneurs to help you to create a life that you love, more money, more success, more fulfillment, more joy. And on the speaking end, I host events to empower men and women, yes, men and women, to achieve again your goals and your dreams. Now, how do I do that again? Everything I do really is a specific strategy. And I do believe if we have the vision, first we got to discover what our purpose is. And I can help you with that if you're not sure. But the vision, then we have a strategy, and we take action, then we can achieve the goals, right? One step at a time. Rome wasn't built in a day, but everything we do, those baby steps, right? They amount to much. So no matter where you are in the world, I want you to know if you have a goal, a dream, that you can indeed have it. And you know why? Because you thought of it. It's in here, living in here, right? So if you can conceive the thought, then I believe you can create it. All right. So now you know a little bit about me. Welcome officially. I have an amazing guest today, all the way from Nigeria. Yes, Sean Arinze. I hope I said your last name properly. If not, you can correct me when you're on the show. And he's a fashion entrepreneur. He is the founder and CEO of House of Sean's and Shop Adobe. Very passionate about designing unique pieces. And I know he works with a lot of celebrities in his town or in his country, you know, and he's passionate about what he does. He's very successful in what he does. And that's what the show's about, really bringing on entrepreneurs to inspire you. Maybe you're thinking of starting your business. Maybe you already have a business and you're trying to find ways or strategies to grow that business. Or maybe just like tuning into inspiration, motivation. I'm all about positive content. If you know me, positive energy. I don't have time for negative energy, so I really limit my space there and I focus on all that's good in our lives, right? So now you know a little bit about me. Feel free to put in the comment section, where are you from? I see Belgium, I see Canada, I see Nigeria, I see the USA. Who else do we have in the house? I also want to ask you, what are you grateful for today? And if you don't want to share that, at least tell me, what's one of the goals? What's one thing that you really want to achieve in 2021? Or as the year is wrapping down? What is one thing that you've been working on, believing for, hoping for, praying for? What is it? A big part of achieving a goal is by actually putting it out there, right? Okay, you're not too far from me, Sage Hill. So what is it? What do you want to achieve? What's one thing that you want to achieve? And more importantly, do you believe you can have it? All right, so feel free, put in the comment section. And what else do I have to tell you? What's new? It's the end of the year. I'm wrapping up with a lot of work for myself in business development, a lot of strategy work, and preparing for 2021. A lot of us, you know, I know are a bit fearful, or, you know, the fear of the unknown with everything that's happening in the world. I just want you to stay stay focused on what's good, what's great in your life, because there's always something to be grateful for. I believe that, always. The fact that we woke up today, we're breathing, we got water to drink, food to eat, we have somewhere to sleep. There's so many things that we have to be grateful for. So focus on what's good in your life. And I believe through the power of our thoughts, we have the ability to create more great things in our life, okay? What we focus on, essentially we become. All right. So without further ado, where is my guest? Send me a request to join. Yes, thanking God for it, for a new day. I love that, Craces. What else are we thanking God for? What else are you thanking just the universe, God in itself? You woke up today is the greatest gift, right? If you woke up today, that means you have the ability to go again. So again, feel free to share one of your goals, one thing you want to achieve. And while I'm on the show, if I can support you in a tactic, a tip, I will. Again, because when you win, I'm winning. All right. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome, Sean from Nigeria.
Thank
How
you.
you doing?
Thank you. I'm fine, and you?
I'm great. It's snowing out here. I don't think you guys even get snow there. So
No, no. It's 11:41 a.m. in the morning, so
is it AM? Okay, why did I think it was
yeah.
PM? Okay, so it's not that bad on time. I was a little nervous, like, okay, given the time zone, there might be a bit of a struggle there, but thanks for showing up, and I'm
So
excited to
so
hear
I'm
about
I'm
you.
so I'm going
This
to say
pardon?
okay. So I'm going to say good morning.
Good morning. Okay, and I'm going to say good
Yeah.
evening. So wherever you may be in the world, good morning, good evening, good night. Welcome again. So thanks, Sean, for joining me. I know I didn't
You're
give a
welcome.
real long intro about who you are, essentially that you are a fashion entrepreneur, that you do a lot in your community, that you're the founder and CEO of House of Sean and Shop Adobe. But I want to give you a chance to tell me a little bit more about yourself. So who are you? I see your lighting. Hopefully,
Uh,
yeah. We need bright
well,
lighting.
yeah. Well, I'm Sean. I'm Sean. I'm just me, a fashion enthusiast, fashion entrepreneur, fashion lover. Yeah, that's just me. Everything fashion.
So where did it start? Where did your first experience start with fashion and creating?
Okay, it all started when I was in college. It all started when I was in college,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm a very tall person, so it's very hard for me to get my clothes. So I decided to why don't I start doing my own stuff? Why don't I start creating stuff for myself first? You know, that's when it all started. I started creating for myself. I started designing for myself. Before I started going out for others as well. Yeah.
Okay, so you say you're a very tall person. Do you mind if I ask how tall are you?
I'm 6'4". I'm 6'4". Yeah.
Okay, so you're pretty tall. My dad's about 6'4" too. So what I'm hearing is you guys,
Wow.
yeah, he is tall, and I'm pretty tall for a female, 5'7" people, so they say. But so you found that there's a challenge in finding clothes for yourself. So you start to create your own clothes at a very young age. That's pretty quick to be doing
Yeah.
that. So that's awesome. So what do you enjoy doing for fun when you're not creating, when you're not designing? What do you do?
I'm a soccer fan. I love watching football. They call it soccer in America. Yeah, I'm a football fan, and I support. There's a club in Manchester. It's called United. Manchester United. That's a
Okay.
club I love supporting. So I enjoy watching soccer.
Okay, that sounds good. And so, what's something that nobody knows about you, like a funny fact about yourself?
I think I have a very serious face. So I am yet to know. People think people think I don't laugh or smile. So I'm yet to figure it out. I don't know. No idea.
So
Hmm.
you come across as very serious, but you do have that jovial
I,
side.
I look serious, not I sound serious. I look serious. Like my facial expression is always serious.
So
Yeah.
so why is it always so serious?
I don't know.
We
I
need to
don't
laugh
know.
more, right? We need to laugh
Yeah,
more and smile more. I feel like that's very infectious, especially in a world where there's so much negativity. That smile can make a huge difference. So
that's true.
smile more, Sean.
I will.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about your entrepreneurial journey then. So when did you officially, well, before I get there, who or what inspires you? I like to ask that question. Do you have somebody that inspires you or motivates you to keep doing
I,
what you do?
I think I inspire myself. Like I don't mean to be rude, but I inspire myself.
Mm.
I am my own role model. Because my day-to-day challenges are quite different from any other person. So I think I inspire myself. I
Mhm.
inspire myself by what I go through, my challenges, and whatever I overcome as well. So I'm my own role model. I also inspire myself.
That's
That's it.
No, I love that. And I've heard that answer from a few entrepreneurs, so it doesn't sound selfish. But that's the thing about being an entrepreneur, that you have to be self-motivated, right? Wouldn't you agree
Exactly.
that if you
Yeah.
don't get up and work, nobody's coming? Like you have to put in the work to see the results. Would you? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're self-motivated. You're your own role model. I like that. And so when did you start your own business? How long ago was it?
I started like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
4 years ago, and it's been good. It's been, it's been good, and yeah, a few challenges here and there, but it's been good.
Well, yeah,
Can't
let's talk a
complain.
little bit about that. What are some of the challenges you faced at starting your own business?
The first challenge I encountered as an entrepreneur was, the capital. Coming from the country, this part of country, it's very difficult, and coupled with the economy, it's very difficult to get startup, to get capital to start your business. So these are the few challenges. But with I would say I'm not religious, but I'm a Christian. But by God's grace, everything clicked, and here we are, still doing it and still loving what I'm doing. You know,
Okay.
there are days I've wanted to just just sleep, and I'm tired. But sometimes the passion for it, the love for fashion, it's what keeps me going. So yeah,
I love that you said that because I think a lot of people think that, well, those who are on the outside looking in, that entrepreneurship is somewhat easier, and because they see all the successes on the exterior, but they don't see the work that happens behind the scenes to make it happen, right? And there are
yeah,
days where you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can keep doing this. But then you realize the passion, like you just said, the purpose as to why you're doing it, and that keeps you motivated. And I can relate. A
exactly.
lot of us feel that way when we're starting out, especially, right? You need money to create a business. And depending on the kind of business, especially I'm assuming with fashion, you're buying a lot of garments and materials, and then you got to
Hmm.
sell it. That there's that waiting time too, right, from what you're creating. So I can agree that those are some of the challenges for sure. And I think we need to think about, yes, that's a challenge starting a business. That's why some people take they start digital marketing kind of business, like that, but business in the box, which is okay. But when you're starting your own business from the ground up, you have to be patient with yourself. You have to know that it takes time to build a brand, right? To gain
Yeah,
awareness,
exactly.
to
Hmm.
market your product effectively, to build clientele, and it is a process. That's why I always say it's so important to do what you love. Like,
Yeah,
don't do what you think is just gonna make you money. Do what you actually enjoy, because when times get rough, and they will, your
definitely.
motivation to succeed, because it's aligned with your purpose, will push you forward. So I love that you shared that.
Exactly.
So on the flip side of that, what are some successes that like, there's fun things to being an entrepreneur. What do you love most about being an entrepreneur?
Well, I get to control my schedule, and I also get to control my destiny as well, and it allows the fluidity and, the creativity in me to come out with time. I have my own time to create what I want. I don't have to be under pressure, you know. And also, I am in an industry that it's always evolving. The fashion is not industry is always evolving. I need to be on your toes. You need to be creative. You need to be, always on the go. So I have my own time, and I decide what I want to do. I decide what to put out. I decide when and when not to do that. So it's like I'm in control of what I do. I'm in control of everything around me. So
Right.
that's yeah,
And
that's it.
that's what I hear. Yes, boss queen. I see that. She says, I love, this is great. She loves being an entrepreneur. I too love being an entrepreneur for all the reasons you stated, is the ability to create my own schedule. First and foremost, the ability to know I'm walking my purpose and I'm doing what I love.
Yeah,
And it doesn't feel like work because I love it. It's like what I was born to do. And then secondly, to create my own calendar. I say when
exactly.
I'm meeting or how I'm meeting, what that looks like. So I carve out time for business, for me, for my daughter, for things that are important to me, that freedom, right? And the
Yeah.
ability to, like, charge what you need to charge according to your value, right? And I think some
Mm.
people, especially in business, when they're starting out, is that they undersell themselves. And I'm a big component of, don't
Yeah.
undersell yourself, right? Know the value that you bring to the table, and know that the clients that are supposed to be your clients or your customers will come, right? Because
Yeah.
of the value
Yeah.
that you bring. So, so fashion, I love fashion. I don't have any African apparel yet, but I know I'm going to be getting something custom designed from you
Sure.
eventually.
Sure. I yeah.
And
It's
then
in
I'll
the
be able to rock
pipeline.
it on one of my shows and share it with you all and see how amazing his work is. But you do a lot of designing and fashion for, like you said, like celebrities in your country, right? And people
Yes.
like in the industry. Tell me a little bit more about that, and how did you actually make those connections to making
Okay.
designs for them?
Okay. Well, when I started, I think I had a good support system. and they were my friends,
Yeah.
and they were also actors, but they were not known. So they were the ones that connected me to this elite actors, not really from Nigeria, from Africa. They are good actors. They are always the faces are everywhere. So a friend of mine, very good friend of mine, who stays in Canada as well,
Really?
connected me. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Keep
It
going.
connected me to some of his colleagues back then. So from there, we grew the friendship, and from there, they loved my product, and they're still doing business with me to today. So
I love hearing that. And you know what you're talking about, what I call is PR, like public relations. Like, I don't really do a lot of marketing. I do
hmm
PR. And what's PR and marketing? How does that differ? It's really the relationship you just talked about, right? When
yeah,
people generally know that you're there for it's mutually beneficial, not one way, like I'm just trying to get something from you, but they see that it's a mutual connection, a mutual relationship. They want to do
hmm
business with you and they want to keep doing
definitely.
business with you because they see the integrity, right, of what you're doing and why
hmm
you're doing
hmm
it. So
Yeah.
I like that you mentioned that. And I think a lot of business owners, you need to know that it is to sustain a business, you're going to have some really great relationships and be able to, again,
Definitely.
add value to what your customers, your clients need and to keep that relationship going. It's not always one way marketing, sell, sell, sell. It's how can I serve you? And then, in return, I'm getting my ROI, right? So I love that you
Yeah.
mentioned that. So in the design space, where do you get your creativity from? You said you like to be creative. Like, how do you keep it with do you create trends? I was reading your bio and you said something about creativity and that authenticity and being an individual. And I like
Yeah.
that. So it's not like you're mimicking what you see out there. You're creating custom designs a lot is what I'm
Yeah.
seeing on your site. So where do you get the
Yeah.
inspiration?
I get inspiration from different cultures. I sometimes I go look for Indian attires. I go to the European side. I get my inspiration from different ethnicity and different culture as well. They inspire me, and I put them together. Like I said, I'm very, very unique in my own style. I produce things that I feel like, it will go a long way. Things that I feel like in the next 10 years, you can still be wearing it. I don't follow the how do I put it? I don't follow what's happening right now. I don't go with it. I have a long term with clothes. Like I make sure that in the next few years you can still be wearing it, and the next few years it can still be relevant. So things that inspire me are just people's culture. The Indian, different cultures they inspire me as well.
I like that. So cultures inspire you. I've
Yeah.
never actually that is a very clever response. Not that I know you made that up, but true. So I never thought about that by culture, right? And like you think about Indian garments, beautiful like the saris and stuff like that. I
Yes.
love that. So I
Yes.
have
Yeah.
friends from
Yeah.
that culture
Mhm.
and I'm like beautiful garments, right?
Mhm.
So the fact
Yeah.
that you're able to embody and incorporate some of that into your pieces sounds
Mhm.
exciting. So
Yeah.
creativity I think is definitely key when you're starting a fashion business. Like I don't know how to like so I can sew basic stuff, you know what I mean? But that's definitely not my area of expertise. But I do know
Uh,
it looks good. And I find especially the fit is so important because we all have different body shapes, different sizes, right? So do you
yes.
do a lot of
Yes.
custom designs for people like
Yes.
custom?
Yeah, in this part of the world, like it's mostly custom design, custom made. We like our outfits to be organ. We like it very, very okay. We don't want spaces. It's always there's a word we use over here. It's fitted. We want it fitted. We want everywhere to be okay. We don't we always doing custom made. We always go for custom made. But we're evolving right now. We use the size measurement for different countries because I make clothes for Africans and diaspora as well. So we don't get to get the measurements at that very point. So we use a size chart. You
Hmm.
understand, to make it for them. So it's evolving right now. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. I'm happy to hear that. So
Yeah.
what tips do you have then? I like to include success tips that you could share with those who are going to watch this or watching on how to start, maybe if they're looking into starting their own fashion business or even just the entrepreneurial journey. Because we know that it's definitely a challenge when you start from building your brand from the ground up. But what are some tips you'd give to a fellow entrepreneur or an aspiring entrepreneur?
First of all, you just have to believe in yourself. In everything you do in life, you have to be the first supporter of your brand or yourself. You have to believe in yourself. You have to have the confidence that whatever you're bringing, it's the best. No matter what, just have to believe it's just the best. And you have to have a vision. You have to have a vision of where you want to be in the next 10 years, the next 5 years. It's more like a goal. And then you have to face your fears because there are going to be challenges. There are definitely going to be challenges. So you have to be up for it. You have to be ready to face the challenges. And lastly, you have to take action. It's so easy. It's very easy to have an idea. It's so easy to have an idea in your head, but it takes a lot of guts to take into action. So many people are with so much ideas on there all the time, but it takes a lot of guts to put it into action. So I think these are just the fact. Just believe in yourself, have a vision, and face your fears no matter what, no matter how big you think they are. Face your fear and proceed. Go take your action, and yeah, you'll be fine at the long run.
I love that. Like you're speaking my language because I I'm all about confidence, people. If you know this, confidence is critical to your success. If you don't believe in yourself, well, who's going to believe in you, right? So you
Exactly.
have to
Yeah.
believe in yourself. That's number one. And I say this
Hmm.
a lot of times we start businesses, and I've heard this from other entrepreneurs, thinking that your friends or your family is going to be your number one supporters all the time, and that's okay. But don't start a business expecting that the people you know are going to be there for you and supporting
No.
you. You need to start knowing that you believe in the brand or you believe
Yeah.
in that product or that service, because on those late nights or those nights where you're feeling like I don't know where this is going, you're gonna have to believe in yourself to push it forward. So I love that you
Yeah.
mentioned that. And then yes, fear, Sean. A lot of people who I even work with, fear is like the number one crippling thing. They want to start this business, or but the fear of public speaking, the fear of putting themselves out, the fear of what people might think, the fear of the unknowns. And once you
Yeah.
crush that fear, I say you crush the fear by doing it, by taking action. Like when I
Hmm.
started making my first video 4 years ago, I think I made my first video, my first motivational video, if you guys remember, on Facebook. I was terrified. What would people think, what would people say, like, who's Natasha? But I still did it. You know why I did it? Because I knew that even if I put that video out and one person saw it and I was able to inspire somebody to keep going, then I did a job well done. And so I think sometimes people think, I don't have fears. Of course I do, but I still push
Yeah.
anyway. And that's the thing, right? We still got to push. Like, who's
Yeah.
meant for you is meant for you in business and in life. And so if you don't show up, people, and you don't share what you have, then how do you know? It's like
Yep.
that. Like when I left my
That's
corporate,
true.
I was
That's
like,
so
if
true.
I stick here, how will I know if I'll be successful as an entrepreneur? I won't.
Hmm.
So I gotta
Yeah.
go. We gotta start, people, and that's the key. So I like and the vision. I mentioned vision. What do you
Hmm.
want to see? What does it look like? You gotta be able to envision it, paint the picture, and then goal set and take action. So thanks for sharing that, Shine.
You're
As
welcome.
we wrap
Mhm.
up, what is your favorite quote and why? I like quotes. I'm big on positive messaging. Do you have a favorite one?
Yes, it's actually from the Bible. Like I said, I'm not religious, but I'm a strong believer in God. I have those quotes. I think it's from Matthew 7:12. Like do unto others as you want it to be done to you. Before I do something, I always think about how will I feel if I was in that shoe. How will I feel like if something is being done to me and I don't like it. So that's my quote. I try as much as possible to make sure that whatever I put out, whatever I do, whatever my dealings with someone, it's gonna be okay with me if it's done back to me. You understand? So that's my way of living. That's my favorite quote.
I love that. I always hear something around motivation or what success is or what success isn't. But do you hear that, people? Do unto others as you like to be done unto you. And if I just keep saying, like, wouldn't this world be amazing if we all did that? If
It's
we
so,
all
so.
treated people
Yeah.
with simple love and
Hmm.
respect,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
I like that. So it's a big part of, like, what I say again, that relationship is like treat people how you want to be treated. When you're even in
Hmm.
business, you want to have a long lasting, sustainable business, treat people how you want to be treated and how you customer service. Like I have one company I order a lot of my materials from, marketing stuff or whatever. And many people probably know it's Vistaprint. Not shouting out Vistaprint. But you know one thing I love about them is that when they mess up, no matter what, they make it right. No
Yeah.
hassle, no headache, no, oh, it's
Yeah.
your fault. They take accountability right away and they fix it and
That's
they
life.
check it out, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
What if we could all operate in life and in business this way, knowing if we messed up, we could apologize, knowing if we did
Yeah.
something that was not actually in alignment with our goals or our purpose, we could actually make it right. And if we
Yeah.
actually wanted to treat people how we wanted to be treated, right? Then this
Yeah.
world would be better. So I love that you shared that. Great messaging. If
Thank you.
anyone wants to ask a question while we have you, we're gonna wrap up here. I know it's late where you are, so thank you for
Mhm.
showing up so late. And tell people no, and I'm looking forward to getting something custom made in the new year.
Definitely,
Honestly,
you will. It's a promise.
it's gonna have to
Made
be
live.
red.
You know.
It's gonna have to
I
be
know.
red,
I know.
red and
I
black.
know.
Okay, so how do people reach you? Tell me about like your website or Instagram, or like if somebody wants to get a custom made design or attire, how
Yeah.
do they connect with you?
Yeah. Okay. Our Instagram handle is at House of Sean. The house is spelled HAUZ, then of Sean. I have a website for the females. It's called www.shopadob.com. I think I should repeat that again. It's called www.shopadob.com. And for the male, it's under construction, like houseofsean.com is under construction at this moment. So when it's out, I will let everyone know. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. So do you find before I let you go that you create more design or custom designs for women or for men, or is it 50-50?
It's 50-50, you know.